This is Megan from Unleash Coaching, and I hope you're having the most magnificent day. We're going to be continuing on with Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. This is Unleashing Potential with Megan. So as we're doing Be Obsessed or Be Average with Grant Cardone, some of the things we want to make sure you're thinking about and focusing on is to know and commit to your purpose and your goals, to build and develop your mindset and your community, and of course, to take massive action. So each day we spend some time here doing this so we are feeding our beast, growing our minds. The more you learn, the more you earn. So let's go feed our beast. Letting people go that aren't value added to your organization is as important as continuing to chase the talent that is going to be value added to your organization and that you are going to get to be value added to. It's so important to be thoughtful, mindful, and honest when somebody's an addition versus when somebody is a subtraction. And there is value in that turnover. There is value in avoiding stagnation. You want to have that flow. It's good for personally to avoid stagnation is good personally. It's good organizationally, bringing in new perspectives, constantly pushing people, bringing in more people, identifying the best of that group, identifying those that aren't value added, that don't match the culture the way you thought they would, the way you expected them to, and you move them on. Let them go be where they are happy. If you try to keep them there or they try to keep themselves there and it's not a good fit, it's bad for everyone. So just be the one that does the better thing, that makes the right decision for the organization and the person that is not a good fit, and send them on their way. Don't be overly emotional about this decision. In fact, don't be emotional about this decision. It's not an emotional decision. It's a business decision, but it ultimately has a positive impact on those people because it either teaches them what isn't acceptable, which is an important lesson people need to learn, or it opens them up to new possibilities that otherwise they might not have considered. And in fact, they're just going to go be a better fit. It isn't always that the person did something wrong. It can just be that they're not a good fit, and that's bad for them and for the organization. So make sure that you keep in mind that it is as important to move people out of an organization that aren't a good fit as it is to move people into the organization that are a good fit. And don't be stressed by this turnover. Make sure that you're thoughtful, honest, and if you need to address your mindset on this, if it's something that's hard for you or difficult for you, or you attach a lot of emotion and you worry about hurting somebody's feelings, that's your action for today. Today is really take some time and really look at your mindset. Really think about, be honest with yourself. How does it feel to fire somebody? Why have you ever been hesitant to do it? Why? If you've ever been hesitant to do it, why was that? Was getting that person out of the organization good for the organization? Was it better for the person? I actually had an experience where I was the decision maker in a firing process, and I was not the one doing all of the day-to-day paperwork, but it was an individual that I had known for several years, and they had just reached a point where they were really struggling being part of the organization. And the individual who did all of the paperwork, when it came to the day to fire, I am like, I will be there. I will be in that room. I will be part of that conversation. I will be the leader. I need to be in this because it's a difficult thing to do. And I've known this person for years. So sat down, went through the process. They were upset. We explained the reasons. We walked through it. We had been handling this for several months, perhaps over a year at that point. They left, and a few months later, when we reached out to make sure that they got all of their stuff, they had all of the paperwork. Actually, it wasn't months, it was weeks later. There's a whole paperwork thing that you have to go through whenever you're doing this. And they actually thanked us because there were things that they should have been doing in their lives and focus that they should have had that they weren't doing because they were struggling with their role in the organization and frustrated that they weren't meeting their own expectations because of things that were happening in their life that they just couldn't do it. And in fact, it was something that they ended up thanking us for. Now, obviously, that's not always going to be the case, but it's something to keep in mind. Sometimes you're creating the space. It's better for your organization and it's better for them. You're creating the space for them to do something that's better for themselves, that's better for their lives, that's better for their family, their community, whatever that is. Or you might just be teaching them a lesson. But regardless of what that looks like, you have a responsibility to your organization and the people that are there that are doing the job, that are part of the culture and that are committed. And having somebody there that takes away from that, that slows that down, that drags them down, that acts like a weight and not like a booster rocket is unfair to every other person in that organization. And your job is the success of the organization and the cultivation of the culture that you want. So you have to have that mindset. So if you find that to be a difficult thing, and I'm not saying be heartless, it's not about your heart. It is about making good choices for everyone involved. So today, spend some time on your mindset. Examine it, think about it, and as needed, adjust it and be clear about it, take action, understand when you need to take action and do it because it's the better thing to do for everyone involved. And as always, I hope you have the most magnificent day. Tell us about it. Tell us the experiences that you've had. It's always helpful to get other people's perspectives and other people's experiences. Everybody values from group learning. So hit us up on Megan Rovnak, Unleash Coaching, social media. Give us a call, send us an email, anything that you want to do. We also have a great podcast where we talk about overcoming challenges and having remarkable results and how you take those lessons learned from those challenges. So first, what the challenge was, how you overcame it, the lessons learned, and then how you implement that in the rest of your life. There's so many things that we've all experienced and that have made us bigger and better because we grew in those experiences. And then as we share that with other people, we get to help them grow. So that's what the podcast is about, Unleash with Megan. I think you're going to love it. So please look it up, start watching it, give us your feedback. Love to hear from you there as well. And as always, I hope you have the most magnificent day.